was great for the guys to be able to get out and let it blow out a little bit from being on vacation, but it looks like everybody was locked in and tuned to what we were trying to get done.
How was Tahoe?
A lot of fun. I just chased Iverson around the hotel all day.
Ritz-Carlton.
Yes, it was. It was Carlton.
You didn't take a step back.
Good move.
We did not take a step back. I think I'm out of the doghouse though because I kind of went on that rant. So I got the doghouse with the NBA, then I got the doghouse with Rochelle, and so I had to backpedal in a lot of different directions, which I did, and I think I'm good across the board right now. So I'm feeling good.
I thought you were just going to take off, just hit the effing jets and leave.
I thought about that.
You got in trouble with too many people.
I did. I thought about that. I thought I was being cute and funny and all that crap. No way, buddy.
Is it hard for you to decompress, especially in the middle of the season?
Yeah, it is. But I don't know. It was the first time I've had a grandkid. I tell you, it was. People might have thought it was work or whatever, but for me, it was. I'm telling you, it was just a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun chasing him.
Yeah.
He wants to go here and look at this and touch this, and then he's up, picking him up and putting him in his stroller and trying to get him to take a nap. So walking around, it was good.
That's awesome.
How much does your team need this physical and mental break to kind of reset and then hit the stretch?
I think this is good for everybody. Every team that I've been with, for the most part, welcomes something like this. And it's everybody thinks it's the halfway point. It's not the halfway point, but it's basically you're heading down the stretch. And so to be able to kind of step back and reevaluate as a staff first, and then talk with your team and give your team a chance to get away from hearing your voice every day, I think it rejuvenates most people.
How about Fox in particular, given some of the stuff he was dealing with and just the demands on him at both ends of the floor? Like, how good can this be for him to have a little break before the last 28?
I think Fox, but everybody, Domus has logged a lot of minutes for us. Keegan for a young guy, so I do. I think it's good to be able to sit back and kind of take a breath and relax your body a little bit in your mind and get back out there and leave it out all on the floor for the stretch run.
What is this first day back like? I mean, I know it's not that long of a break, but guys are such creatures of habit that I wonder how you kind of approach the first one back.
For us, it's we met as a staff to evaluate where we are as a team and where our areas of concern or improvement need to really happen, and then we just need to make sure that we can convey it to the group, and if we can, and try to get it to stick. It's something that we have to continue to hammer away at, because at the end of the day, these areas we feel will make us a much better ball club.
Yeah.
And what's your main messaging? What are those areas as you head into this back half of the season?
But, as crazy as it sounds, defensively for us, we've made improvements in a lot of areas. The one area that's hurting us, and it's hurting us really bad because we're not good at it, is defending the three-point line. We're dead last in defending the three-point line. And even if we were basically average or slightly above average defending the three, not even the best, but slightly around average, our defense rating, we'd be 8th in the NBA. And that's pretty good at this point in the season. And that's a huge jump. And so there are areas that we have to improve upon when it comes to closing out, not just the hot guys, but the non-hot guys as well. And so our technique, our sense of urgency, all that has to be on par. And that's probably the biggest thing that we talked about defensively. But I like the direction we're headed on that end of the floor, with the exception of us defending the three-point line. And if we can get that corrected, I think we'll be in a pretty good position to finish this stretch run and go into the playoffs. And offensively, the reality of it is our free throw efficiency. If our free throw efficiency was better than what it is, even especially like if it was if we were the same as last year, we'd be a top 10, maybe even top 5 offense very easily, you know, and so our guys are doing a lot of good things, and they have to continue to try to perform at a high level in a lot of different areas. But there are, again, a couple of areas that we can really improve on offensively and defensively. I just gave you probably the one major one in each category, but there are a couple of areas that we need to focus on and try, like the Dickens, to become a lot better than what we are right now.
How you like the way your team finished out that last game against Denver? Is that kind of like a morale booster?
I told our guys, I said, that, the first thing is, it's a back-to-back versus 2 really good teams, and we gave ourselves a chance to win both games. Is the first thing. But the second thing is, playing in Denver, that altitude against a really good team, and we weren't shooting the ball well. You have to find ways to win, and that game should give us confidence that we can win playing a lot of different styles. Doesn't always have to be 130 to 120 or 115 to 122. We can win. We just showed versus a really good team on their home floor off a back-to-back that we can win a game 100 to 98. And our physicality in that game, in my opinion, is what stood out, because we weren't shooting the 3 well. And we were doing some things that we weren't normally doing offensively that didn't help our case on that end of the floor. But for us to be able to defend, bring a level of physicality to the game, and try to limit our overall mistakes, gave us a great chance to win the game, and our guys found a way. So again, that game should give us belief that our style of play or us getting wins just doesn't have to do with what our identity is, which is quote unquote to play fast and score a lot of points. We get it done a couple different ways.
Mike, have you been able to identify the issue with the 3-point defense?
Yes. Our right now our closeout technique has to be better. Teams aren't feeling us as much as they should, so we have to really concentrate on our closeout defense, and it's relevant or evident because what we call hot guys, they're shooting about 40% against us, and non-hot guys are shooting about 40% against us, and so our closeouts have to be a lot better, and our sense of urgency on our closeouts. And when I say our closeouts, that means the proximity to where we close out, and how we contest, and the sense of urgency to get there.
Is there a reason? Is it something schematically why those guys are maybe not in position to close out faster and get there sooner, or?
Yeah, it's a combination of both. There's some changes that we're making as a staff to try to help them. But in the same breath, too, like I said, and this is where the sense of urgency comes into play, we have to be ready on the weak side, especially when the drive happens and the kick happens. It can't be, okay, I'm looking at the ball and the ball gets kicked, and I was like, oh no, I got to go. Because by then it's too late. If a guy catches and he doesn't feel your presence, he doesn't feel that sense of urgency coming towards him, it's a wrap if that's the case. So it's a combination of both, and I think with us giving guys some better tips technique-wise, we should see that change.
Thanks everyone. Appreciate it.
Good to see y'all.
Coach.